Okay. So I'm unpausing in three, two, one. Unpause. Six,
Five,
seven,
six, yeah,
eight,
8,
nine.
9, 10,
Okay, got it.
11.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right.
So we've got a match between Delta Tango Foxtrot. We'll let you clever NATO alphabet people figure out what that's supposed to mean. And they're playing as the allies, mixed allies, in the south of. This is Eindhoven, right? It's a Code 2 map. I always get Eindhoven mixed
Eindhoven,
up.
yes.
And then in the north, we've got the AllStars, and they are playing mixed axis, so mixed versus mixed. What do you think about that, Nath?
See, I've always been, an enjoyer of the mixed allies versus Axis. Then, both allies, yeah, both USF, both Brits, the same factions. It adds more variety in what you can do, I feel like.
Yeah, you can definitely cover roster holes, although I also think there might be times on certain maps where double of one can be good. And actually, we've seen everything except for double US so far. We've seen double DAC, we've seen double Wehrmacht, and we've seen double Brits, which I think is, again, a really great indicator of, trash Relic all you want, but the balance has to be pretty okay if people feel like they can play everything except double US. It means maybe US needs 11 team games, but we haven't seen anyone abuse the new Ranger suppressed, the infant designated assault position plus cover to cover. I'm still waiting to see that. I hope maybe we can see it this game. Let's see. Zulu has not picked anything yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen a Doctor choice, so we could see it. It's in his roster or his lineup.
Yeah, mechanized for Symbiosis. That's the first Doctrine pick we've seen. And let's take a look at the map here. Looks like pretty standard spread. Everyone's just sort of capping their side and being harassed. Dingo being super annoying here.
Yep. I do see a Vickers going out for Smoko, which is quite nice to see. I do like a Vickers.
Yeah, this map's a pretty good map for it too. And he's against the Wehrmacht's side, and with the Dingo, you can really position nicely with your Vickers. So this could go down here.
Heavy machine gun has been deployed for you.
Yeah, nice push in there from Smoko. Picks up that Captain pretty easily. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Rifles in a pretty hard fight, but they're going to throw a really nice nade. I think that might shift the balance. It's hard to say. The Bike's here with the Vet 1 passive, so... Yeah, it looks like nade's going to make all the difference there.
Oh, the Dingo coming on in here to prod the Bike.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Yeah, good team play there. Dingo not finding any targets selected on the left, or maybe just deciding... fighting the Bike without a vehicle is kind of painful because you're taking damage and not really threatening a kill ever. So
yeah,
definitely makes sense to use the Dingo there if you can. Now the real question here is, will Zulu's computer stay dry for the entire series?
I mean, maybe if he's about to lose, he'll just throw it, chuck some water on and say, oh no, my PC crashed.
I hope he's got it up on his desk or something. He needs to make sure that his PC is not on the floor. Is I think the clear tactical difference that needs to be made.
Maybe he has those helmets with the drinks on the sides. Maybe he's just got one of those the straws. Make sure that he doesn't accidentally spill any cups.
That would be good. Good grenade here. Probably going to get away, but really nice pressure. Going to make this VP allied blue. Capping up the left in the meanwhile. Check on tech here. We've got tier 2 coming up for Smoko, and ISC coming up for Zulu, and just the tier 1 for the DAC player. Looks like nothing yet for Symbiosis because he's getting his officer's quarters. This is becoming more and more popular, this 4-unit tier 1 with the officer's quarters. And I like the idea behind it because if you're going to coordinate well, it means you can, heal without need for a 250. So that's kind of nice, but I don't know why you wouldn't get a 250.
Yeah, I mean, the map seems somewhat in favor of the allies right now.
A little bit.
I guess the runes are
decapped, so
uncapped.
Yeah, actually, kind of even, I would say. Got the VP though.
I always like seeing the heals of the allies split between both sides.
Yeah, it's when it just reaches both HQ. Like this is really nice positioning, where when it reaches both HQs, so if you don't move, you still heal, and you can walk towards the tier 1s and heal the whole way to them. That's like chef's kiss. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, you can always see a good team doing this.
Except for Twister. Twister never builds his heals for me.
I mean, he's French, so more or less. Got the flak furling coming up for Warbringer now. It's going to be quite annoying to deal with for the allies, who doesn't seem to have any AT. I mean, I guess they have the Humber, which doesn't do too bad against the flak.
Yeah, it's alright.
Until at least Veterancy.
And he's got double sappers, so you can like go in and out and repair. But this is a great map for the flak furling because of all these line of sight blockers in middle. Like here you can sit, here. It's like really hard to get kills on the flak furling. And the flak furling can sit here and just suppress mid. So yeah, really I think a great map for this unit.
The enemy has control.
Twister can defend himself.
I
if he cared about me, he'd be here in chat, but he's not. So I'm just gonna keep trash talking him.
The enemy has pushed us back
Oh,
from
we do have the Rangers just popping now, literally just now. So we might see the designated assault positions in this game.
Hell yeah. I'm going to be super bummed.
I haven't seen it all this patch.
See the meta. Yeah, I've seen people pick it, but I haven't seen anyone do it. And I think it's because you're going to naturally spend a lot of muni on the weapons drops. And so it's hard to like
50% suppression resistance is no joke.
Yeah, it's good. It's like a free win in a battle, it feels like, if you got the firepower.
Yeah. Want the flak going in on those Rangers right now, but the Humber's nearby.
Did you see what he did with those Rangers?
No, what?
He retreated to his captain, and to keep them on the field. And then he's gonna. Yeah, I would love to see the Dingo heal them now. That would just be ultimate. But I don't think I've talked about this, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually do it. He actually used the captain retreat to save a squad from going back to base.
I have to say, he's probably the only person I ever see use that, and it is something I need to use more. Everyone needs to use more. It is very strong.
Yeah, I mean, look, it goes to show, U.S. is considered maybe the weakest faction right now, but are we playing U.S. to its full potential if we're not abusing the captain retreat? I don't know.
I mean, the captain is such a strong unit.
This Gren's in danger. Okay, its retreat path is okay. I was worried it would hop this.
Oh, the Humber hit the mine down on the west of the map.
Yeah, hey, it's alive. Call it a sweeper.
Doesn't look like it's going to go down because there's nothing nearby, so at least that's something. Brits really don't want to lose any vehicles, so they're pretty much your bank of, fuel later on. You refit them for, your timings. If you lose your vehicles, you're not going to refit, and your timings are delayed.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Look at this team play. This is what I always talk about. Look how intermingled their armies are. And actually, we're seeing it from both teams now, which is really great. Zulu and Smoke are one of the best teams I think are playing together. Map is pretty damn blue right now. Yeah, capping both side munis. Otherwise, relatively even. Although this muni in the middle is also really should be in the Axis hands. Flak finally coming over here though, and there's not much to stop it, like anything really. So.
Oh, mine went off onto the bike. Mine sweeper bike. Who needs a sweeper?
That just should never happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's stupid.
Wow, pretty early Nebula for firing. Making life hard for this heavy mortar.
I guess it's the right choice. I mean, that heavy mortar is just going to completely nullify the double MG of Symbiosis.
Yeah, so there's an MG too. There's going to be a T-gun soon. I think if you've seen more than one weapon team, I think getting a Nebula is always fine.
The Nebula is such a huge counter to pretty much every allied indirect. I mean, I guess they buffed some of the big howitzers now, so it shouldn't counter them too hard. But, it's a really good pickup.
People debated balance in chat. I think it's important to note that strategies have changed, and everybody always seems to think that it's just the patch that changes what faction is favored. But players adapting and changing their strategy and their playstyle can also really impact balance. And so it's not just about the numbers that Relic chooses to tweak. It's about the way people play. And as Debalco points out, there's variation in allied builds, and people are trying lots of new stuff, and I think that's why we're seeing the allies win more games, is because they're doing new things, and I don't think people have totally adapted their Axis builds and playstyle to the new allied playstyle.
I don't think you should ever underestimate the surprise value, the surprise factor.
Yeah, if you've never played
in this
against 3 or
game.
4 dingoes, what do you need to be ready for that. You need to know exactly what to do right away. And there's
If you
lots
don't
of
know what to
builds
do
where,
about something,
yeah,
you know, what are you gonna? What you're just gonna hesitate and hesitate. The cost you games.
hesitation is defeat. John
Yeah.
Sekiro said that.
Anti-tank crews are on standby for orders.
Oh, double barrage. Pretty well avoided here. Map control relatively back to even though. There's one decapped +5, but otherwise still feels like allies have the tempo advantage, but Axis doing a really good job holding onto the map here.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Actually moving into the mid here.
Oh, Chaffee. I mean, Chaffee was considering going for the flat, but hesitated when it seen the P ground.
Yeah.
It's now off onto the 8 red, but nothing to really capitalize on that.
They haven't swept for mines over there recently either, so
Yeah, you have to be careful on these higher end games.
AliG could
Oh, I did
probably
see-
use some smoke. Could probably use more smoke here from the from Warbringer. He's got 2 smoke platforms. Could be shutting down these weapons teams pretty easily.
Zulu was thinking about getting a Greyhound, but he has opting getting bars instead for his rifleman.
I like that choice. I mean, the Axis players are pretty well established here. Although that said, I mean, he doesn't know what we know, which is that there's very little AT. Symbiosis has no AT.
I mean, we have another Neverwerfer coming out for Symbiosis, so really not liking that support gun from Smoker, I suppose.
Yeah, and only 2
Really
PJs.
wants to deal with them.
So, really just sort of gambling on not getting rushed by Greyhounds, and looks like their gamble's going to pay off.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Symbiosis' builds. Only 2 Grenadiers.
Beggars are threatening a munitions point. Report.
No,
one-
what made that one?
One Grenadier now.
Make that
One goes
one.
down. Yeah, one Ranger squad just sort of decimating him because
Overrun.
you can't just stick with Grens and I feel like you need to get a PG, you know, or something. Or make sure you keep the A-Rad closer to home. You can't fight Rangers with tier 1 units. I want to direct your attention to the right. This is something else that only Co 1 pros like Smoko do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, the tank traps.
Love that. Love
Who
that.
needs to worry about flanks from vehicles when you can just block off the entire area?
They were behind green cover, Decay, with the cover-to-cover bonus. By the time that they were out of cover, the MG was retreating.
My lord, I can't hear myself think with this Neverwerfer right down my ear. It's quite a mighty sound.
The heel truck needs to get repaired, but it's doing a good job. I mean, the Nebelwerfer, the thing about it, since they nerfed its the damage no longer stacks. If you are quick about moving, you can usually avoid taking too much model damage, and with the forward repairs, it's more annoying than it is impactful, as long as you don't get unlucky with where the shells sit.
Once again, Zulu, tempted with a Greyhound, does go for the Engineer instead.
Did he already have one? He might have lost this
Heavy
engineer.
mortar has been
I'm not too sure, but he's maybe that's why he stopped going for the Greyhound.
Yeah, if you don't have reps for it, it can feel kind of bad. But, you know, you can always build
Yeah.
it next. We'll see. He's
I mean,
got
he does
weapon
have
training.
Smoko's engineers, and Smoker doesn't really have vehicles, so, you know.
Jerry has 300 points.
Humber might be going down to the Panzerjägers now in the right runes.
Losing a
And,
victory point to
yep,
enemy action.
bye-bye Humber.
Oh, look at that.
I think that was a little bit unnecessary. I mean, Smoker has tier 3 up now, so, you know, you could have refitted that into a Matilda or whatever vehicle you really wanted.
Victory point
Yeah.
belongs to the enemy.
Flat could go down, but no, AT gun is protecting the flat from the Chaffee.
Royal Engineers out of contact. Presumed dead.
Lost REs here on the VP.
No. MG did go down as well on the left munitions near the 8 rad. But doesn't look like he's going to get picked up. There is another MG covering it.
No, heal sources don't stack decay as far as I know.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
Ooh, MG gets picked up here. Don't know if it's going to get away. It's one man. The 8 red should chase.
Rangers do drop another... Yeah.
Oh, that feels like... Feels like you need to save that. Oh, he gets it. Okay, he's okay.
Just gets out there.
These Nebulefers now, like, you know, again, not doing damage, but just applying so much pressure to these weapons teams.
Damnation! The sector's an enemy
Should get away
hand.
here, but got a lot of players floating manpower here. Not feeling too much pressure, I guess.
We have reserves of infantry available to bolster our ranks, Commander.
And we do have, do we have a beacon
We're
somewhere?
losing a victory
Yeah, here we
point.
go. Pretty far back beacon. Pretty conservative. I'd like to see one a little further up.
We can see a replacement Grenadier here from Symbiosis quite late into the game. But
Yeah,
I guess he
don't-
wants all that merge.
Don't know about that. Again, I would love to see, like,
Lost.
some elite
Enemy
inf.
has control.
Or even just tech up here at this point. I mean, you've got the feel for tier 4.
Matilda heavy tank has
Maybe
been
he's looking to do Panther Colony and just sit on tier 3, but
Wait.
we've got Smoko
Welcome
and
to the
Zulu's
Grenadier.
number one fan in here, Nelly. I thought I was Nelly's favorite, me and Twister, but no, it turned out it's actually Smoko and Zulu.
I have to point this out. He just transferred all of that Grenadier he just built.
Oh, that makes no sense at all.
It costs 420 manpower, I believe, to build a Gren plus transfer order versus 360 for a Panzer Grenadier. There's no value in transfer order currently. There's no
No.
XP from it.
No, someone's got to tell Symbiosis to watch this bod. Could be a misclick, yeah.
Maybe a misclick indeed, yeah.
No, I'm a fan of Zulu too. I'm a fan of Zulu. Don't get me wrong. And he's such a nice guy. Right, these PGs get in their first combat, and they're already going to do some good work. Again, this is why I feel like we should have seen these guys a while ago when the
Panzer
Rangers
Grenadier,
aren't
yeah,
here.
they're completely nuked. We just seen a Chaffee go down as well to the Panzerjägers hidden, covering the flak.
Oh, nice there.
victory point
Missed
has been
that.
overrun.
Are we going to get a
Pretty
Destiny
big
Missile
pickup
position?
actually, because the flak Berlin is such a problem for these Rangers. So
Mm-hmm.
losing the Chaffee and not killing the flak is huge. So you can see these Rangers get instant suppressed by the flak Berlin, not
Oh
being
no,
able to
these
really
PGs.
do much.
This is too ambitious, I think, here from Symbiosis. I get the idea, but you're never going to win this fight against the Matilda, I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
And you could really end up losing everything.
Enemy hands. Forward with haste. The enemy has only 250 points left.
Still good VP control so far here, but it's going back over.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
You can just see how Smoko's build is pretty light on actual infantry, and he's really relying on Zulu to cover him from stuff like PGs. He does have the Gurkha and the Gurkha now, but one Gurkha, one section. Not a lot of inf. And he's got 800 manpower, so I would love to see him call in another Gurkha or build a foot guards or something. We'll see if will he get to 1K? Can we do a quick prediction in chat? Will Smoko get
The heavy mortar
will
team
Smoko get
destroyed.
1K if a mod's around? We'll have to keep an eye on that. 'Cause he's getting pretty close. No, he got fuel in time. So, I mean, a reason to float this much is if you don't feel you need another unit, then you're saving on upkeep. And so, like, if in the future you need an AT gun or if you need to reinforce, you know, you're gaining more manpower long term. But I don't think it's the correct choice, because he definitely should build foot guards or something. Still haven't seen
Matilda infantry support
a single assault position designated. He picked it. He taunted me and teased me, but he has not used it yet.
Well, he just doesn't want to show how busted it is on stream, you know? He wants to keep that
He
to
wants to
himself.
abuse that elo.
Yeah, exactly, you know?
Captured retreat point set up again in kind of an awkward spot. I'm not sure, maybe running these... I think he wanted these Rangers to come over here. So another cool use of that, just really using them to move units around the map.
Yeah,
That is pretty awesome.
Will decimate enemy infantry concentration. The enemy is down to 200 points. Carry on. Our anti-tank gun crew has been killed.
Bio could definitely go down here. Yeah. It's just not enough meat on the front line for the Axis. They've got one PG, and then one Axis, one Wehrmacht PG and a Gren. So there's like 3 mainline imps, and then the PJs. Just not enough stuff that can sit on the field against the Matilda and fight infantry. So yeah, another MG gets stolen here. Looks like.
Losing the MGs as Wehrmacht is huge. You'd never want it, especially when your main army is the MGs.
Yeah, Hellcat does go down in exchange for an MG, kind of. But yeah, things not looking good for all the AllStars right now.
The AllStars not having much infantry in these. I don't think it's going to be lasting much longer for them.
No, doing that losing that Gren and then turning a Gren into a PG hurts so bad. There's so much manpower gone.
There's no value in it right now. It's extra 100 plus manpower gone. And Panther's out now, but I think it's a little bit too late. I mean, we'll see if it does something.
Stolen pack
You never know.
on the field. No Grant though, just 2 Matildas and no Hellcat either. So it has a bit of a window here, I think. But again, without any infantry supporting it, it's hard to push, right? If there was an army behind the Panther, then you know, maybe we can get something done. But it feels like
the Panther's not going to do anything to the infantry either, or the AT guns, or anything really. I guess he has the Nebelwerfers, but I mean, no infantry really to screen.
Yeah, and if you don't know if they're snares or not, you can't just drive up.
Jerry's on the back foot now. 100 points left. We're losing a victory point.
Second Panther coming now. But yeah, this is just feels like build order diff a little bit here. Double pack, double PJ. 1 PJ is dead. Yeah, only 1 PJ. I think he lost a PJ, right? He had 2 at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Enemy down to 75 points. We have them. Grant's medium tanks are being called to the front.
We do see a lot of weapons teams go down here. I'd love to see the Panther like sweep in. You can see that in the Fog of War when that happens, right? So real opportunity here to clear a lot of the threats to the Panther.
Yeah, I mean, we see, what, 3 AT guns empty right now? And anything protecting currently is a very low life MG.
Yeah, again, though, just not enough stuff. Not able to get on the field because of lack of stuff. Panther hits a mine, too. And that a big bummer.
Hits a mine instantly. I mean, maybe he was trying to protect the Cancret, you know, the capping unit that they currently have.
What's your
Now
timestamp,
time
Nate?
to do the 23, 21, 22,
Okay,
23.
You're somehow like way behind me.
Oh, weird.
Let me know when you're at 23:36.
No.
Okay, cool. Close enough. This one's almost
Don't know
over.
what happened there.
Doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
Your computer must have just lagged a little bit. Slow CPU cycles, yeah.
We have a surplus
Yeah,
of
probably.
command points, Commander.
Got mechanized repair popped, but it really feels bad to do it just to save a Panther that hit a mine.
That's probably called a Nathan move. I never recommend doing anything I would do.
It's true. Yeah, not looking good. I thought they had done a pretty decent job in the early game of keeping things even, but another game where the transition from mid to late, one team had a real good plan and one team kind of didn't. It is what it felt like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I really still don't think they had enough infantry, at least from the Wehrmacht side. There was just only 2 grenadiers for the majority of that game. There was no real, Wehrmacht Panzer grenadiers, which can be very hard to deal with.
Yeah, and you got to add those in early enough that they start getting the vet, because you get them late, and it's like they're fighting vetted vehicles and vetted inf and all this indirect. It's like there's a lot of defensive buffs that infantry get from their vet, and if you don't get it and you're in the late game, now your infantry's really hard to use.
Yeah, Verity is probably more important in Code 3 than it ever was in Code 2. I think the Verity is a lot stronger in Code 3 than previous games. Ken going down, and this is pretty much GG.
Not Co 1 though. Co 1 rifle vet was like the most important thing. Just
you'll be more familiar with that.
Yeah, but in Code 2, I'm sure that's true.
I have to say, I'm turning down my audio slightly since those Nebelwerfers keep blasting my ears off.
Sure.
And if I'm going to see double Nebelwerfer again, I'm going to need to hear what you're saying.
Might. I think Zulu likes to build them too. So.
They're so good in team games. They're so good. I mean, you're going to see Nebels and even I'm sorry, we didn't see an LEIG in that game, did we?
We did. It just didn't do much, it feels like.
Okay, that's probably why. No real impact.
Axis have won a few games. I think maybe just Scotch and Yanko have won as Axis. I'm not sure if anyone else has.
Have you played much team games on the current patch?
Maybe like 20 or 30.
Is Allies better currently, or?
I don't know. To me, too close to call, honestly. I find Axis feels a little easier to play on a lot of maps, but I don't know. I think our win rate's pretty similar, our Axis and our Allied win rate right now. So I find both pretty playable. This is the only time where I've really felt like it's not that bad for either side.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I've not played. I mean, the only team games I've currently played is like 2 games with Farlian, and then the couple games we played the other day, which we played as allies. But maybe it's just that allies are a little bit easier to play currently than Axis. But that's kind of always been a thing, I feel like. I mean, there's been patches where Axis have been quite strong to the point where they kind of... It's very hard to play allies against, the Nebelwerfers.
Yeah,
and
I think Brits are easy
LEIGs
to
and
play.
such.
I think US is kind of hard. All right, Chua, you got game 2 loaded up here?
It's just loading now.
Okay, no worries.
And I'll get to 5 seconds,
I'm
right?
not actually... to me, it's not so clear-cut that I'm willing to call it. I think this tournament will say a lot. This tournament is making it look like Allies is stronger, but I feel like in most of the Axis games we've seen, the builds have not been good. So...
I have to agree. I didn't like Symbiosis build in that game. I feel like double MG is not that good these days. I mean, if he forced out the heavy mortar and then he got the Nebelwerfer to counter that, but it's still fine. I still find the MG is very susceptible to those indirect options from the allies.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll see.
Okay, whoops, I'm on 19 seconds. I got distracted talking.
19, okay, well, you just have to, I'll unpause in a second, and then you can just click play.
Yeah, we're good. I distracted myself with the conversation.
Well, thanks, Vergy. I didn't make any decision except I wanted to run a tournament, and there was no point in waiting. A lot of people, try to wait until there's good balance to run a tournament, but no one ever thinks balance is good, so we're going to wait forever. Rather just play games, baby. All right, so I'm unpausing, and I'll count down. I'm near 19 here.
Yep, cool. Very good.
In the meantime, we've got double Brit for the AllStars, and I'm at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
23, 24, 25, 26. Very good.
Okay, yeah, close enough. All right. We've got a mixed axis in the top. Yeah, we'll just check in about 10 minutes when your shit slows down.
We don't talk about that.
And double MG, so pretty clear style choice here for the AllStars. They're clearly valuing MGs in this map. No bike from Zulu. I wonder if we'll see a 250 or not, or if he's saying Dingo Spam is 2. This looks to me like a build that anticipates Dingo Spam. No bike, no 250, just straight PGs.
Oh, you mean Smoko Dingo bike?
Smoko's,
sorry, you said Zulu. Yeah, I was a bit confused.
Sorry, Smoko's build. Smoko's build looks like he's anticipating a dingo spam because
we've seen a lot of dingoes this game.
We're seeing 2 right now.
Tournament rather. Yeah,
it's happening.
I mean, double Brits. You've got to expect at least 2 dingoes.
A dingo recon vehicle has been made
Yeah.
ready.
Coming out at about the same time. Like exact same time, so clearly macroing nicely there. Or they both macroed equally wrong. I don't know. I didn't check. But
Maybe they both were equally late, for
good,
sure.
good synergy in any case. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. Nice positioning from Zulu here. He's obviously planning on just getting into the green cover if he gets spotted.
Yeah, I mean, the Grenadiers can do some decent damage to the dingo.
Not if you
For
get
sure.
no penetrating rolls, though. There you go. First shot
Wow,
goes
that
through.
is
Really
a bit
unlucky. Yeah.
unlucky.
This is like one of the worst I've seen, but it does happen.
Triple dingo incoming. Symbiosis getting a second dingo.
Yeah.
Wow, I honestly... Has this been very common in the auto match, or is this just a tournament thing?
It's common at high levels. Multiple dingoes has been
Okay.
pretty popular. Are we going to see 4 dingoes? No, only 3. I've
That's
seen
the dream,
4.
right?
I've seen people testing 4 dingo. I think people maybe decided 4 was too much of an all-in. 3 is sort of that middle ground between total cheese and still having a mid-game.
Do you have an MG coming from Zulu? I guess, as you pointed out in previously, that MG is probably the only early quote-unquote counter towards the dingo.
Yeah, it's the only thing Ware has that can really do well against the dingo.
250 has to be really careful, though, with the 3 dingoes on the field.
Yeah, it's hiding. Actually, Zulu canceled his MG. He's just deciding to tech the PG to tier 3 right away, which I don't hate. Just wants to get a
I
pack
don't
out.
hate them. Yeah. I mean, this is a heavy investment in dingoes early on. I mean, we have Indian artillery and
Nothing
no
looks like.
doctrine picked for Warbringer, so the double dingo user actually hasn't gone for armor, so they're not going to refit anytime soon.
Ready for your orders.
Yeah, not yet anyway. Oh, you're right. Sorry, the guy. Yeah, you're right. Indian.
Yeah,
From the,
yeah, Symbiosis went for Indian artillery, so this is a bit of a surprise. It means those dingoes are locked in for the the long haul.
Yeah. Nice mine there.
Yeah,
Taking 2 models off the MG. And 250 baiting this dingo, knowing that okay, it's going to come chase
I
me. This
love
is
that
really nice
mine.
play.
that is such a good play. If it does not go full for it though,
I don't know if this
but
is
it was
because they
very
know
nice.
or
They're not
If you-
microing correctly.
it feels like they know the mine is there. They both like did not go that direction. Yeah, I'm gonna once again give them the benefit of
Well,
the doubt.
maybe the first mine went, maybe the first mine kind of gave it up. This might be a minefield.
Yeah, so PG's cooking. Not a pack right away. I gotta say, I don't love these auto-built buildings way in the back of the base. On this map, it makes a pretty big difference. I mean, look at how much you gotta run.
Oh, that is
Really want the buildings here.
disgusting.
Yeah, and this one's really bad because it can block retreating units. This is bad
Yeah,
too.
if I auto build like as a a instant habit, I auto cancel it right away just to rebuild it. It's not good auto building.
Yeah.
Wow, both sides it auto build it look like. Oh no, we do have 1, 2. We do have the 2.
Everything except for the tier
Allied
1s.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard. Yeah, 259 to counter the dingoes. So that's why they didn't get a pack. They
Alf
said
goes off on the dingo, so this could go down to the 259. Yeah.
absolutely will. Yeah.
There we go. Bye bye, dingo.
Yeah, nice choice
Dingo
there.
light recon. We've lost them.
Yeah, I mean the heavy investment in dingoes does allow for the 259 to shine.
Although it means it's not a mortar half track, so
Overrun.
it's definitely an investment to do this. It's a little bit cheaper, but not much. And once it counters, and like the dingoes get countered by the pack anyway, so it just depends on how much you care about tempo. And Zulu and Smoke are an aggressive team who care about tempo a lot, so which is arguably maybe just the better way to play. And so it doesn't surprise me that they don't want to wait to.
Yeah, I mean, and you have access to half tracks quite easily as Dak, so maybe giving it 1 more half track to deal with the the dingoes is worth it in at least in their eyes.
Yeah, and it's also Debacle points out what I was just going to say. This map has pretty wide flanks, and it's useful for a long time on the flanks. So
Yeah, I mean, if microed well, it can definitely be a harassing unit. I mean, speaking of harassing, we have a Humber coming out for Warbringer. I'm quite partial to a Humber this patch for sure.
you heard that, guys. If you're against Nathan auto match, build AT.
Ah, damn it! I have to stop. Damn it! Shh, Nathan. Everyone
Gotta
knows
build AT.
I'm very predictable right
He actually
now.
likes getting 2 Humbers, so you got to really get AT. I'd love to see this
No,
thing
I go
just
for
continue
4.
to dominate the flanks. 4 Humber. 4 Humbers is more than I can.
We're gonna talk about you sharing my builds on stream. You know, the Humber hitting a mine that could go down to the 250.
Yeah,
9.
can it clean this up?
I mean, it's
Oh,
gonna get
nice
the rear
smoke.
shot. Oh, I love to see the smoke, but is it gonna go down? No, the 250 just go down. So the
There's
Humber
a lot of
lives. Oh,
stuff
what?
here.
But Dingo might go down. No, nothing to capitalize
no.
on it because, you know, 250 is dead.
So, yeah, a couple of nice little pickups there. You know, a lot of manpower in that Grin, and takes out the 259, and still has a Dingo alive, so that's got to feel good.
I mean, I can appreciate good smoke usage there. That was very nicely done from,
very-
I think it was Symbiosis smoke,
Yep.
right? From
Yeah,
the
it was
Gurkha.
it was on the Gurkha.
Some nice teamwork there from the Brits.
Yeah, they've got some decent map control. They've got both of the contestable mid munis, at least for now. This MG,
And that's kind of scary when Brits have all, you know, high munitions. Brits are really strong with high amount of munitions. Flak Verlin coming on low to say hello to the MG. I mean, they do have the 6-pounder nearby,
he
so
needs to run though. Yeah, 250s are trash, Sarge,
Oh,
because
that-
they're usually free, and they're only 250 manpower otherwise, and they have a heal, and they can turn into
the
a mortar half
Vickers
track.
just gets away with
Yeah.
no HP because the LIG
I think I'm past you already.
Just-
759.
58. I'm like a second behind, I think. So
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the Ketten's been laying a ton of mines. It's had 3. What's the stats on the Ketten, Nath? Can you give us those?
yeah, I can have a look at a doodle like that. We currently have 2 kills on the Ken Crab.
Must be the damage
so,
you did to
you know,
Dingo.
yeah. Oh, the pack getting a shot on the flat run, or rather the 6-pounder. Does force it off.
This is such a smoko move with this MG. It's so aggressive with the weapons teams. And I'm curious if it's going to pay off for him here.
I mean, the Gurkha do get the smoke off, so they're just going to slowly crawl up to the MG, forcing that back. Well, at least just to a soft retreat. They don't want to get too caught up to because, you know, the assault grenades.
There he goes.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think
Sarge.
it's too bad being a bit aggressive with a MG34 when you do have a flat Verlin, because you do have that mobile suppression
Yeah,
platform.
it's true. You can cover it. You
Yeah.
can't compare the Dingo and the 250, Sarge, because the 250 can heal when you're inside of it. It can tow things. You can put units in
Oh,
it.
league shot, nuking
Yeah.
the RE. Wow.
I can't get into balance
Beautiful.
debates with people like this on streaming. It's not a good habit, but can't see somebody compare Dingo to 250. You cannot compare units in a vacuum, guys. It does not work that way. Not unless they're the
yeah.
exact same role and have all the exact same abilities. So basically, no unit in the game.
You can compare 250 with a 250. There, you're welcome.
Victory point lost.
Heard it
Why
here
don't-
first.
Why don't
Folks.
you compare it to the equivalent half track for the Brits? Compare the 250 to the CWT truck that costs fuel. Tell me which one's better. Tell me which one's better for its value. Here it is, by the way, Rucher, in case you're asking about this.
We have a surplus of
It's a new
command
skin.
points, Commander.
Came in with the new patch.
Games are really equalizing here. Just fighting over the mid VP, fighting over left. But look at all these OPs from what I hope is, yeah, he picked.
Oh my lord, I didn't even notice that.
He
Yeah,
picked commandos
Jesus.
and is making good use of that 150 manpower.
That is a bit scary, honestly, having all these caches.
Yeah, look at the income difference: 45-28 versus 35-23.
Oh my lord, look at that
with equal map.
munitions.
Feels good, man.
I would be a little bit more scared if he was a different doctrine, but this doctrine does have that, what's it called? The big, like, front line artillery barrage?
The flame strike or the naval bombardment?
I'm talking about the Indian artillery,
Oh, the sector already.
Losing a victory point.
sector artillery. That can be quite strong.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. Oh, okay. So Warbringer does have air and sea, so you do have access to the flares and the incendiary.
Nice push in here from the Axis. A lot of low health squads here for Warbringer that probably need to just get out of here, but wants to cover the AT gun. So doing a nice job soft retreating here.
Losing a victory point to enemy action.
Oh, well, big push. Big
Yeah.
push indeed.
Dingo goes
Command
down.
post is under fire. Supplies aren't making it
This
back.
is playing against Smoko and Zula. You think things are even, it's going okay, and then suddenly all of their units are there. And you just get pushed in super
The
hard.
flow of Warbringer right now, 700 manpower.
Yeah, and 4 CPs. Not sure,
I mean, he's got a Crusader coming out. Oh, that's Symbiosis, actually.
this has got to be him baking for the
Sailor is on station and ready for orders.
call-in Crusader.
The Centaur?
Centaur, sorry, yeah.
Do you
Yeah, there
think
it
the
is.
Centaur is worth? I mean, he
Well,
has tier
I like the Centaur
3
here,
right now.
but it doesn't really make sense if you build tier 3, yeah.
That's what I'm curious on. He's got tier 3. He hasn't unlocked the Centaur. He's refitting the dingoes now.
Building a
And he's
Matilda,
locked in a
though.
Matilda.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get that. Not a lot of CPs. Just the game has not had a lot of fighting. I mean, the fact that they could get to tier 3, but like right when he got the CPs for Centaur, basically.
Warbringer's army is kind of small, I have to say. Like 2 sections, an MG and a Sapper, plus the Humber.
31 pop, yeah.
Yeah.
Symbiosis at 52. Meanwhile, Smoko at 57 and Zula at 48. So yeah. I mean, but again, part of that's because he's like a full unit down. He just hasn't building
We have
anything.
reserves of infantry available.
Yeah, I don't really understand why he's flown this much. I'd understand if he was banking for a specific thing, but like, he didn't need to float, what, 700 manpower to get a Matilda out.
Yeah, and now he's queuing the guards, but should have got the. People make this mistake a lot where they're like waiting for the fuel for the Matilda, and then they end up with so much manpower that they could have built the guards and then
Always
had the fuel
locking
for the Matilda
guards.
right
They're the new
afterwards.
Rangers, man.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, pretty good push there. We're back to even though, and the Matilda's out now. So next time the Axis try to push in like that, they're going to take a lot more casualties.
We're losing a munitions
Yeah,
point.
just to add on, it's like when you're playing Wehrmacht and Brits, there's no need, as you said, to wait to get that tier 4/3 because you have elite infantry you can totally pick up.
Yeah, it's fine
And
to
the earlier
build
you get them,
it's fine to
the better
build
the
the
vet.
tier 3
Yeah.
as soon as you have the fuel for it,
Medium tanks
because
are
you can
being
go
called to
guards.
the front.
Now, I wouldn't do as USF or DAC
No.
because they don't have any elite infantry. It's much better to wait until you have the fuel. But as Wehrmacht and Brits, you get that tier 3 and tier 4 out, and you get those guards and soft trooping.
Tilda bouncing stuff, but the Panther comes in.
Ordnance is being made available to artillery crews.
I'm not too sure what this Humber is doing right now on the right side. Kind of wait getting repaired, I guess, and been forgotten
It's
about.
been camping there for a while. I mean, he wants to just hold the side, but if you're going to do that, you got to like keep going, right? You got to go cap the 5 muni.
I
And
mean, he has the munitions to plant some mines down as well, right? I don't think there's mines here currently.
yeah, second guard queued, which makes the float even less.
Yeah, I maybe
Explicable.
slip of
Yeah,
micro.
it's
there.
hard, man. I mean, if you know that people are going to be watching, if you know you're playing a really good team, it's. I would say the average person in a tournament probably doesn't play their best. Like I've played in tournaments a lot. I rarely play my best, and a lot of my opponents who I played in auto match don't play as well as they could either. Too. It's just one of those things.
I
There's
play
more
my
pressure.
best, but my best is not very good.
Fair enough. Humber will get some use
See,
out of stuff on the right here. Oh, we've got the
Wow, I'm just looking-
battle cry here. What's it called? War cry. So
Oh yeah,
Threatening a victory.
it's called Warcry. 100 munitions for a speed bonus, and I think maybe accuracy. I can't remember. I haven't used
it's
this
a
ability
lot.
much.
40% speed, 50% rate of fire, causes nearby infantry to retreat at 40% HP.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Fire rate, not accuracy.
I did, yeah, Debacle. You can click these things.
Just to double check what time you on right
15, 44, 45.
now. I'm like 1 second, so I'm just going to speed up, and I should be on the same as you. I'm on 46 right now.
Is that
47.
Stuka?
Yeah, that is a Stuka.
Where is it? Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Smoko loves the Stuka.
I don't know if I like the Stuka here though. Let's have a look.
Thank you.
There's a
not a
couple
lot of
of
weapons teams,
support
yeah. It
weapons,
feels
but
like-
I'd think I'd rather see a Nebelwerfer than a Stukas if it was in like kind of this.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Xenomic, and I missed Capablanca. Which is a fucking great name. So fair play to you, dude. That's so funny. Capablanca. Hell yeah. But yeah, this is actually a really good thing. If anyone doesn't know, if you don't, especially if you don't like the TAC map, this is an incredibly useful tool. Double-clicking the unit shield, because you can do this. You know, the shields are available when you're playing too, and it's really good. You can also, when you're selecting units, click on the shield at the bottom, but we don't have that UI up here, so.
I think TAC map is definitely not required to play. I think there's definitely other things that are, you know, you should learn more. Like control groups is more important in my eyes. It's a tool. TAC map is definitely a useful tool though.
Yeah, control groups are OP.
Yeah. Oh wow, that grenade on that MG. I'm honestly surprised it didn't wipe it out, but retreat OP, I guess. Yeah, both sides floating a little bit. Oziligav points out, goes for the Grant and another guard. I don't know why they're waiting so long. Did he refit anything? Is that why he was floating? I don't think he had any vehicles. That's symbiosis.
He just didn't.
Oh wait, did he go for the Crusader? I seen he locked it in at one point.
No,
did he go
never,
for it, or did he
never
stop
got
it?
He just used it to go down to naval bombardment. I still don't think that's as good as the Flame Strike, though, so don't agree with that choice, really.
Flame Strike versus naval bombardment. Flame Strike all the way.
Yeah, Flame Strike all the way, baby. One's pretty easy to dodge. One is like almost impossible if you place it right.
And I'm pretty sure the naval barrage is 200 plus munitions, right? It's like much more. I think it's like
expensive.
150 for the incendiary.
Easier to dodge. It can end games if you place it correctly and you get lucky, though, so there's that.
But I'd rather rush the incendiary more than the you know, the naval barrage.
Yeah, just more reliable. Got a flak out
Looks like
now.
we've got air burst on the flak 88.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I really don't like the airburst anymore in Indian Doctrine. It's so expensive, and I don't think it's that amazing.
Just go pillage and let it refund its own cost.
Or build like a bunch of caches like they did today
Yeah.
on this game.
Yeah, I could definitely put a cache here. I mean, he floated so much. It looks like maybe they barraged a cache off of this actually at one point. I'm pretty sure.
They did lose one on the 10 munitions in the mid.
So nice play there, which is why this one's now OP. Probably figure it might actually
Oh,
be
the
safer.
Brumbar getting slapped on the bottom by the Grant.
Yeah, took some good damage. Panther's coming to help out now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to overextend with the Grant because he knows there's a Panther nearby, and the Grant's not going to consistently pen. I don't think that Brumbar when it's facing it.
No, this game's getting pretty
Especially that
scrappy,
max
huh?
range.
Got a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of
wow,
little skirmishes all over the map, and VP's staying relatively close. Actually, in AllStars' favor for now. A lot of decapping. This has like been like most of the time. 20 minutes in, you do not have this many VPs left. It's 700 VPs left. Still.
No, this is like very close.
So very cool to see. KDA looks pretty close too. Yeah, pretty comparable. Well, Flat could go down if it
We have
doesn't
a
have smoke.
second
Yeah, wow.
Sukazafus for Smoko. Wow.
I mean, it is kind of a
Second
campy game, but
Stuka
there's a
Cruise.
lot of vehicles. I mean, I'm surprised about the Stuka. Stuka does damage vehicles, and he does have the flak, so...
Oh, Flat goes down. Never mind. Flat goes down to the double Grant. That is a huge pickup for, well, the Allies. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you must be way behind me now. 20 minutes?
I'm 5 seconds behind you. God damn it.
I'll just wait.
Hey, what, you on 20?
05, 06,
Yeah.
07.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Stukas.
Wow, oh my, the guards just live.
Was that a double, No, it wasn't a double Stuka barrage. This is one Stuka. Alright. Alright.
I'm still gonna call them bad, but that was impressive. I guess if you fire enough times, eventually one of them's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, if it lands, it does a fucking ton of damage. It's just that the spread is so big on it, and the AoE is not that big. But it seems to have been pretty effective. I think Smoko just cheats. Smoko's Stukas always seem better than other people's Stukas.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Just
No
the
way do
damage
normal
cheats.
Stukas do that.
Not even.
I'll have to look into this as a referee.
It's the only way that someone can play without the tech map and play this way.
He doesn't use the tap map.
No, he said it in chat.
Oh, I'm coming for you, Smoke. I'm gonna be watching your gameplay.
It's probably a camera rotator too.
I can respect that. I've
probably doesn't
got
even
more
turn on
respect for him
hotbar.
now. Nah, I respect him for rotating the camera if he does that. If he doesn't, then I can't trust him ever.
We're losing a victory point.
The grants are getting stacked up here. We're almost to the scary point, which is where there's triple. Actually, total there's 5
Critical
grants on the
mass.
field. But I feel like triple grant is critical mass, yeah.
Yeah.
The enemy has 300 points.
Really good
remaining.
Panther play,
Panther's
though.
going in. Yeah.
Commander, we have our
Oh, wow.
on standby.
Rip pack, I guess.
All right, so Naval Barrage, I'm going to have to eat my words again.
We're losing a
You know,
victory
the
point.
Flame Strike doesn't do that. Doesn't kill the equipment, so...
I feel like they're just messing with you specifically because they brought last game they went for assault positions and didn't really use it, and now they're like, you know what, we're going to use naval barrage and we're going to show you that it actually works.
Did a fuck ton of damage to that back.
We're losing a victory point.
Feels like control is kind of slipping away from the All-Stars here. Their tanks are constantly getting sort of picked at by the Panther and the Stuka.
Victory
And
I'm just
their,
going to point this out. It's replacing the flat villain, which I don't necessarily hate because of all these guards. Like the suppression is quite nice to have.
Yeah, that's interesting. It could be a pop cap thing too. I mean, there's not that much stuff you can. He's at 97, so maybe he couldn't slot in something else that he wanted.
But he's also got Zulu getting a second Panther again. So
Yeah, so they've got AT.
yeah. I feel like maybe they want to go, they get the flat villain to suppress, the guards while the Panthers deal with the grants.
Yeah.
I don't hate the combination.
Oh,
Especially
Grant,
when, we got the guards who completely busted this patch,
did a Grant die to the Stuka? I think.
Oh, wait, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I missed that. No.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
People mocking my camera rotation. I can ban everyone who just disagrees with my camera rotation, right?
Initiating rollout of battlefield. Squad of Gurkhas.
Oh, Gurkha gonna go down, it looks like,
Yeah,
to the stars.
Flak already has shown its worth here. It is kind of good at wiping stuff on retreat. Especially when it's got
rip,
STG
Gurkha.
Stas. This is like... You never know if Zulu doesn't seem like he memes, so this is him just genuinely thinking this is a good unit, but pretty
I
rare
think the thing
sighting
with
here.
Zulu is he will try so many different builds, and he's such a competent player that he makes it look good.
Yeah, I think STG Stas under it's another one of those things that actually at one point Dume said was broken. I do think they're really
Oh.
good on maps where you can get in cover. With the veteran ability, they can beat rangers at I believe equal vet. They're very strong.
I will say, with the Stukas of Fus on the field, they are opening craters on the map.
Oh my god, he
which is
killed the
yellow
squad
cover
with it.
everywhere. Wait, what?
He killed a squad with it. With the Stuka.
He did,
just
indeed,
wiped
yeah.
the Brumbar helped, but the Stuka finished it off.
Brumbar did nothing. Let's just not,
Artillery barrage on the way.
hide the spotlight on another airburst on the 8. Yeah.
Can it be Totem time? How many donuts have to be done before it can get picked up? Looks like only 2, so might get away.
With the naval barrage, take it out.
Okay, we've got a mechanized assault here, but not willing to chase too far. There are other grants that could flank him.
Wow, I'm still surprised that 88 survived. Gunter, the new driver Gunter, clearly shown his skills.
Yeah. Looks like
This is, as
double
you said,
guards
this
took
is
out
such
the
a
flag.
scrappy game.
Yeah, very scrappy.
Did the flat villain go down again?
It
It looked
did,
like.
yeah.
I think I just caught it go down, like the debris.
It's all about critical mass here, though. I think like Zulu and Smoko both at 90 plus pop. Meanwhile, Symbiosis at 66. Warbringer
Oh
at
no, the
58.
Bombard a little bit in danger now. Does have the
Yeah.
smoke.
It's got the smoke. Should be okay if it turns. Yeah, nice facing the front there. Ooh. So, yeah, AllStars putting up a great fight here, but even Double Brit can't outplay having pop cap versus 50 or 60%.
Honestly, it's very hard to deal with Panthers as Brits when you don't have access to the Archer, or I guess you have the 17 pounder, but they're so hard to use versus Axis, and
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
especially
use
in team
17
games.
pounder against double Stuka.
Yeah,
But I don't know that you have a choice. I feel like you kind of have to just accept that you're going to eat some shots and like need to recrew it
Commander,
because their
Yeah,
grants are getting
I-
wrecked.
standby.
I don't think they're really, struggling on manpower either, so they can kind of, at least Warbringer isn't, I don't think.
Yeah, Symbiosis is pretty low, but he's building. He just continues to build grants. But yeah, these Stuka, man, I'm like changing my mind watching this game.
Oh no, what has Smoko done? 3 play, Axis, and I see Stukas. I'm just gonna
Points remaining.
block you.
Just wait, dude. You just gotta wait and see how it goes. Yeah, Panthers diving in, and they're definitely gonna pick up this grant.
Yeah, this Grant is so out of position, or rather on his own.
Tank has been destroyed.
It's kind of falling apart for AllStars. Can we get a stunning shot here? Oh, looks like not quite.
Victory point under enemy control.
Panther does show its booty, but it's gonna just get out.
Getting a replacement Grants, I do genuinely think a 17 pounder is a must now.
An HMG.
Yeah,
The MG is going to go down to the Guastatori, looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Held all victory
but
points.
they're not going to pick up with the Guastatori, so it's fine.
This stage of the game too, Vet Zero machine guns become less and less of a real thing you need to care about.
Yeah.
That show.
I mean, and they also have the indirect, so they're probably not too fussed about that.
Yeah, yeah, it really feels like Archer would have been the play here. Not getting a lot of value out of commandos. I mean, it's just been the naval bombardment and the
Engineers out of contact.
cheap
Dead.
caches, and the
Oh
caches you can
god,
get
oh
for
god. The engineers in the ground with the Stuka
We're down to 250 points.
completely obliterated the engineers repairing
Feels-
the ground
feels
in
bad,
this,
man.
on the field, yeah. One of them did live though, at least, so you keep that veterancy.
But yeah, no commandos.
Stuka, okay, I will say the Stuka is really paying dividends right now.
Commander.
Yeah, what are we at with Vet here? Double Vet on, but Vet 2 on both. So getting some
9
real
kills on one, 17 kills on the other. Wow. Mighty impressive.
Yeah, respectable to say the least.
Can we ask for Smoker's game files?
Now be constructed in the field.
Gonna make him recheck his cache on stream. here.
Yeah.
Royal engineers trained and ready to go.
It's kind of
Yeah,
first
I
quiet
think-
moment here.
Points remaining.
Again, I generally don't really like this Indian artillery pick in here. I would much prefer seeing the Aussie dock. And of course, I know I play a ton of Aussies and I'm a bit biased, but it's the Archer, man. Going double Brits means you need the Archer.
Yeah.
Because the 17 pound is so hard to use, especially in team games where you have access to the LEIG, Nebelwerfers, Stukas of Foos.
I half agree with you. I think I'd rather have seen Aussie than Commando. I think we've seen value out of the, we've got volunteer infantry, we've got the war cry, we've got the Gurkha. He's using this doctrine. Warbringer's only using the caches and the naval bombardment, which is like, again, one of those things is in the Aussie doctrine, in the
I
better
guess
version of it.
in
So,
this situation where Warbringer is not using that, I will, fair enough. But I do think this doctrine itself is better than Indian artillery.
yeah, it probably is. Almost certainly in twos, yeah. Unless you've got a really good strategy.
I should say in
you're gonna-
specific twos. I can see value in Indian on ones.
Symbiosis is not using the veteran ability for the guards. I think he might not know about it. I have not seen him use the stun
Ooh.
yet.
That would be huge if he
Wow, the
doesn't
Stuka.
know about it.
Just destroyed those guards.
But hey, Indian doctrine, he can replenish that,
It's true. It does make it cheaper. A lot cheaper.
That's what, 25, I think?
25%.
Section CP is
Could lose a Panther here. Vet 3, but it's repairing. It's going to be close.
Yeah, but I feel like, they can afford to lose one of them.
Yeah.
There's a ability coming. What ability is this? Is this the Beaching?
We've lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And naturally the Panther survives, so no real issues there.
Double Vet 3 Panther. The unit preservation from DTF has been just incredible. Both mortar half tracks still
All in
alive.
the Stukas of Foos, I'm telling you. All in the Stukas of Foos.
I'm not sure they lost
Unironically, I
anything
have to say-
besides The flak HTs.
I legitimately do think the Stick of Foods has caused this a lot because it's forcing back the guards so much. So the the Panthers have just a direct path to those grants.
Yeah. Yeah, now that there's 2 Vet 3 Panthers, grants aren't going to have a good time anymore.
Artillery barrage on the way.
Well, does the Panther get HP at Vet 3, or does it classify as a heavy tank? Because all mediums
you
get
gotta hover it.
HP. It doesn't look like it. So I think it classifies as a heavy tank.
Yeah. It'll say actually what classification it is in its name.
Victory
Oh,
point
right. I
in
didn't even think about
enemy
that.
hands.
Anti-infantry, anti-tank. Let's just go with heavy tank.
Sure feels like a
Oh,
heavy
so
tank.
that is completely
It
wrong,
was a
by the
medium
way.
in real life.
Anti-infantry.
It was technically a medium tank, I believe, in real life, because of its
Yeah.
like, speed and
Points are under enemy
maybe the
control.
chassis.
We must
Yeah.
counterattack.
We do have a 17-pounder, by the way, for Symbiosis.
Oh, right.
Finally.
5 points remaining.
better
A little
late
bit
than
late,
never.
but yep, I was about to say better late than never. But the armies of the Brits are really looking small right now.
Yeah, way too small. This is GG. There's no way that they're
Yeah.
breaking out here. Vet 3 on the Brumbar now, too.
On the field.
Yeah, for sure. Just too many Brits tank losses.
Yeah, you can't even walk up now. These Panthers just
Cutting it a bit fine
destroy
here.
you.
We're down to only
Lawyer
50
coming
points.
in, but I mean that lawyer's not going to do anything.
Section CP is taking damage.
Pretty good start from the AllStars guys. You know, game was relatively even.
Sector.
I think just a few mistakes and really solid play from DTF.
I think the float hurt them a lot. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
600
800.
manpower from both players.
Yeah, Smoko did it last game though, and they still won. So, you know,
Well, Smoker's got his hacks on, you know.
yeah, it's got to be it. But yeah, no, I completely agree. I should have called in the Centaur sooner, or should have got commandos. Just needed to spend that manpower.
We're down to only
There's
10
never really a reason to float with Brits because you can refit generally anything. So you can spend that resources and still be on time for everything as long as you don't lose the vehicles.